wrestling tournament. Gonna fuel up with some beets and some kiwis, and then I'm gonna wrestle my butt off. This is a pretty cool stadium. We're at EOU and we're in their indoor track, and yeah, time to make some memories. Oorah! Yep, I said it, guys. First college wrestling tournament, the EOU Open. So yeah, that's the video of me going to my first college wrestling tournament. It was a super neat experience, and I was super happy to be in the moment. Honestly, I'm just grateful to be a college wrestler. You know, not everyone gets that opportunity, and the fact that my team, like last year, we only had 4 guys on my team, okay? This year, we've got 17 guys and about 4 girls, and so we actually have a real team this year. And outside of my college, like I'd have to go like to Western Oregon or Northern Idaho, but then Northern Idaho is the #1 team in the JUCO nation, and so I probably want to get on the team. And like the short story is, I have a college wrestling team 40 minutes away from my house, and I was able to get on that team and be the start of something with an amazing group of young men and young women. And so, you know what? Here we go. Zakin has entered his college wrestling era or saga. So without further ado, let's go on to my first match. Okay, let's do that again. Okay. So I start out the match. I push this guy out of the mat. First of all, this is my first college wrestling match, okay? I'm just wondering, like, can I beat a college wrestler? And okay, you're gonna have to forgive the recording sometimes. You know, at least I have a video, but it's not. Sometimes my dad or whoever's recording, like, it goes off, and it's because they're paying so much attention to the match. But yeah, so he gets the first takedown. It's like, okay, I got the first push-out point, but he got the first takedown. What's better, right? Yeah, he got the first takedown. And yeah, so, well, he's here, and I'm kind of feeling confident here. I'm like, okay, I'm good now. And then I'm like, oh, shoot. And I saw that coming, and I was like, I think I could get it. And I don't know how he flipped over so easily. Like, if we go back, normally I have to try so hard to get a guy to flip over like that. So I was expecting to have to put everything into it. But the guy just kind of fell over. I think he was trying to roll out of it or something. And I caught him because, as you can see, I'm quite the amazing pinner. I love my north-south pin. That's why I call it. And, well, there you go. I won my first college wrestling match. So that was super cool. You know, first college match, I'm unsure of what will happen. And I win my first ever college match. So we're off to a good start. And then, of course, I do my thing. Okay, match number 2. So to start off, when I was warming up against this guy, I was like, dang, he's got a good physique. He looks pretty buff. And when I was in high school, like, I always felt like I was the most, like, shredded, the strongest, the most athletic guy on the mat. But these college guys, as I'm learning, I honestly kind of feel like an average guy, like, for my weight class. I feel like my strength is kind of average. You know what, though? Like, I kind of have a willpower that, or I don't even know how to describe it, but what I had in high school, it's still there. But oh my gosh, like, from a physical standpoint, a lot of these guys are equals to me. It's not where I'm like, I'm way stronger than them anymore. And so it's really, it comes down to like who's got the better moves. I want to say technique, but really it's just who can wrestle better. And, well, here you go. Second match. And this guy's from Clackamas. They're the #5 ranked team in the nation for JUCO. So, you know, I kind of was like, oh, this guy might be tough. I liked his California singlet too. I thought that was kind of cool. He's wearing a pretty unique singlet. Okay, right here. I actually watched him do this move several times. I love it. I think it's really cool, and I've been trying to do it. I'm not as good at it as he is, but I just was like, whoa, you know what? That move worked on me. It could work for me on other guys, maybe, right? If I get it good.
Get him!
Oh, wait, I'm gonna turn the volume down. I love my mom, but I think she'd be a little bit embarrassed if I kept on recording her yelling and stuff, but I love my mom. She's so passionate about my wrestling, and she hates seeing me get my butt whooped, like in this exchange. But yeah, so look, he runs over here, and then he throws me by. It's a simple move, but he did it beautifully, and I couldn't defend it, and so he got that go behind. He's getting an armbar immediately. See, this guy's quick. This guy's like lightning. And oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Something else is I heard that I heard that snap downs and headlocks, that's the number one takedown. The go behind is the number one takedown in college wrestling. And it's kind of interesting because you have so many takedowns like going at the legs, but the most successful takedown in like NCAA wrestling is the go behind. So I just want to say, like, personally, I think being good at the headlock is just as important as being good at a double leg or single leg or any other takedown. Because the thing is, it's good to be able to shoot a takedown, but then it's also good to be able to defend a takedown and go behind. And I don't know, I would say the ability to defend a takedown could come easier or equally as easy as taking a guy down. It's just a matter of which one you practice more. Okay. And yeah, you see that in, I don't know, I can't think of matches right now, but I mean, I think Bo Nickel and Bryce Andonian might be a good example. No, okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's go into the match. So he's on top of me. Yeah, so that armbar, it's a good armbar. A really good job at wearing me down. Yeah, he's tough. Very tough. Yeah, I guess he got second at his state tournament. My buddy talked about him. Yeah, I'm just trying to fight him off, trying to find a way. But he just stays on top of me. But, at this point, he can't really tilt me. But then I'm kind of like, okay, let's fight a little bit more. Let's not be so stubborn. And so he starts getting some tilts. One tilt. And when I'm getting tilted, I always try finding a way to like reverse it on guys. Like any moment I can get that, I go for it. So, I don't know if it's the best thing to do, but I mean, sometimes I look for things and I feel like guys don't always expect it. And sometimes I get pins because of that. I've just got to learn how to know when the moments are right and know how to do them better. There he goes again. That was... Ooh. That kick, I've been doing it a lot. I think I've been getting better at when to do it and when not to. Okay, here we go. I try reversing him here. See what I'm talking about? But he's good. See, we get right to our feet. So, I mean, I got my escape, but he didn't let me punish him for it. And I run back to the match. I always like showing my opponents that I've still got something in me. Anything I could do to like, win the mental warfare. Okay, right here. This was the moment where I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get him? Look at this. I was like, oh my gosh, I can put him on his back and pin him right here. I could do it. And then he's just good. I don't know. I lost that exchange. And then I was watching one of my teammates and I was like, dang, like, I don't know how you could roll like that. And then I watched my video and I was like, oh, I can roll like that too. Whoa. So, watching this video, it really showed me a lot. It showed me how acrobatic I am. And really, like, I didn't know how good at wrestling I really was until I wrestled in college and watched my matches. Yeah, I'm actually a lot better than I think I am. The footwork we use here in these college matches is crazy too. I feel like I move my feet a lot more than in high school, but honestly, it's still not enough. Guys still blast through me, kind of like, oh, okay, if he gets this takedown, he texts me. Now there's this move that I like. It's like a front headlock launch. It's a Greco move, but I was very successful with it over the summer. And so that's kind of my going broke move. And so I tried to do it, but he went in for a fireman, not a double leg. And maybe he could fill that out. Maybe he could fill out that I was wanting him to go for like a double. Either way, he gets the fireman. I'm like, oh crap, that's not the takedown I want him to get. And so I'm fighting with everything I've got, because if he gets this, the match ends. And I'm like, wow, I held on pretty good. But he got me. So he teched me in the first or second period. Crazy. Honestly, like, I'm just going to say it. I'm kind of late with making these videos. But this guy, he's probably the toughest opponent I've faced so far. Okay, in this video, I talked about how I'm going to face an Idaho Vandal. I talk about my goal.
Hi, this is Zakin after 2 matches. I won my first one.
There's my buddy, my little cousin Declan. Oh, I love him.
I'm going into my 3rd match against an Idaho Vandal. Let's go get it. Oorah!
Let's go get it. And then in this video, I just say some mindset things.
Honestly, my borderline goal today is to go 2-2. Anything better than that, that's awesome. That's soaring. So.
Yep. So that was my goal for the tournament. So let's see how I did. I only got to get one more win to meet my borderline goal. Here's some pictures of my family, by the way. My little brother on the left and my little cousin on the right. I had a lot of family at this tournament because I have a lot of family in LeGrand, Oregon. I can't wait till we go back there, but yeah, my whole mom side of the family showed up, and that was just super. And they carried me. I love my family. Here's my mom and my dad and I. I had this as my screensaver for a while. I love my family. I've got a beautiful family, and I've got to thank God for that, because it's something that I have, and not everyone has it, right? So I just thank God for my amazing family. And here's match number 3.
Oorah!
Oh, the volume. There we go. Yep, going against the Vandal. Oh yeah. So I get the first takedown. I'm going for my Navy ride. That's my favorite move on top. Okay, back up. Okay, I get a fireman on him. And then I try going for the Navy. See, right here is where the Navy opens up. If I were to put my palm on there and scoop his leg up, lift up his leg, that's basically what the Navy is. It's getting his leg down there elevated, and that's pretty much my favorite pin setup. I love doing it, and it's kind of a rare move, I feel like, and so I love it. It's my signature move. I'm glad Coach Forrest taught me it, and I hope I'm making him proud using it at the college level. But I couldn't get it, so yeah, try riding this guy out. And oh crap, he does a switch behind. So this was a moment in the match where I was really like, okay, my top game. I need to find a way to hold guys down because this is frustrating. I have some decent setups, some decent moves. I can do decent on top, but if I can't hold, especially a tall guy like that down, like if I because I like running spiral rides and things like that, if he just switches out and reverses me, what good is running a spiral ride or running a wrist or, just anything else I try? So I started doing a lot of Iowa riding, honestly, and it's working out pretty well. Anytime I see the Iowa ride, I like to stick it in and just wear guys out a little bit. I like to grab wrists and wear guys out. Really, I'm starting to realize that top isn't always about pinning a guy or getting near fall. Sometimes it's just about wearing guys out so then you can work things. But like the biggest thing is just wearing guys out on top. So I'm trying to just really hook in that anchor, and that's why the Iowa ride's been giving me a success lately. But I haven't been utilizing it in this tournament because, that was post-match reflecting. Yep. He does a good job at riding me out. Does a head lever. Look at this head lever. I kept on getting trapped on this. So yeah, the head lever, something I've been doing to defend it because like that head lever, I could not get out of it. And then I had a teammate that was really good at the head lever, and so I was like, do that to me again. And at practice, I just kept on having him do it to me. And so what I do now, whenever guys get head levers and sometimes wrists, but mostly head levers, I just shake my hand like crazy. And honestly, it works almost every time. And the thing is, they're going for a top move. They're not focused on holding me down because they think their move's going to do a good enough job. So I shake my hand like crazy, and then that's when I get to go and escape. And so, there you go. Okay, back here, I go for a sit out. Boom. Okay, the sit out. And I believe I go for the sit out one more time in this match, and it just doesn't work for me, right? Then I try getting up. He goes for a cradle, okay? And just before this tournament, my dad and I worked on this. We were like, what if a guy cradles me? And we had this idea, what if I get extended and then I like turn into them? And we kind of found a way to where I could like turn it into my move and throw them off of it. And so it didn't work exactly the way my dad and I drilled it, but it worked. Boom, I landed on top, and no, I couldn't pin him. I was so upset. I was like, this could be my moment to pin him. And he's got a good score lead on me. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I really want to win this and go 2-2, right? And there we go. My moment fled away. But nonetheless, I feel like it was a pretty cool move. So he keeps me down. Just keeps holding me down. Gets an arm bar. Tilts me. Neutral. Yeah, then he gets me again. I can't remember if he got this. I don't know. No, he didn't. He was close, though. Neutral again. Oh, my gosh. He's tall and he uses his leverage and his height well, but I'm also such a bot. Like, yes, I did a good job. I sprawled in a wrestling match. but it was off of, well, yeah, it was off of a fake. So he caught me with his fake. Try getting up. Neutral. I think I chose neutral because I was so behind. I just wanted to go for something. Okay, here. So, like I said before in this video, I have this headlock I like, this headlock launch. I go for it again and it fails. That's kind of like, I just started wrestling crappy at this moment, but desperate and I don't know. Still fighting. So now the clock's running thin. He does the head lever again. See, this is why I worked on getting out of it. I'm telling you guys, if you shake like crazy, I can almost guarantee you're gonna get out of a head lever, okay? Like, try it. Try shaking, and I think you're gonna get out. I think you'll be just fine. It's mostly just not letting them get your arm so stiff. I get up. He kind of lets me up. That was kind of cool. So one thing I noticed about this, okay, it was a bit far away, but I like doing this thing where I act like I'm sprawling, but I'm actually loading up a shot. Right here, I kept on trying to go forward. Honestly, I might have got it if I just lifted it and went back with him. Like just threw his knees and his ankles over my head and do like the up down position, I think it's called. But I didn't think of it during this tournament, and I worked on things like that a lot afterwards, and I think if I were to redo this, I'd have a better solution. Don't know if it would work, but having options is always a good thing. So, yep, he's got me down again. Right here, I'm really trying. I'm digging deep. I'm like, I've got to find a way to pin him. Sit out again. There's my second sit out. The sit out hasn't been working for me in college. It's just been tough. And I just feel like a sitting duck when I do it. But I'm also like, how else am I going to get up? I don't know what else to do. But then we addressed it at practice. My team does this thing called a short sit. And that's been bringing me a lot of success. I love the short sit. You'll see it in some of my matches. My sit out, it's a knee slide. Instead of going here, I go to my short sit afterwards. And basically, it's a sit out, but I put my leg under my other leg. It's weird, but it feels like a single leg. That's the best way to explain it. And you use their pressure to stand up. Get up again, face him. I'm like, launch again, launch again. Nope, he got me. And then, moment of silence. The ref calls the match, and I lose. And I still do my thing. Win or lose, I give glory to my Father in heaven and my Savior, Jesus Christ. And it makes me happy because when I win a match, I get my hand raised twice. That's why I always tell people. But when I lose a match, I still get my hand raised. And I think that hand being raised is more important because, it's raising my hand to God. And I love wrestling, but God is the most important thing in this entire, in this entire existence. So, finished. And so I forgot to talk about the video, but okay, this was the chapter / verse of the tournament, Daniel chapter 3. So the King Nebuchadnezzar, said to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, "Serve my God, or else I'll throw you into a fiery furnace." And then the audacity, They say, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this manner. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up." So then they make the fiery furnace extra hot, and then they throw them in with their garments. I think that's interesting that garments is listed. Just a side note. And then, yeah, they were set into the fiery furnace. And then they see, yeah, so then they see that, like, they're not getting burned. The other men are actually getting burned because it's so hot. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are not burned. And, well, they say, did we not cast these three men? Young men. They were teenagers from what I hear. Did we not cast these three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, "True, O king, we did throw them into the fire. And I see 4 men loose walking in the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God, Jesus Christ." And then the king sees this and he's like, "What?" And then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent forth his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve, nor worship any god except their own." And the king stuck by his word, and good things happened. And that was my verse of the tournament. This one specifically, Daniel 3:28. The God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is also the God of Zaken. And he has the power to do all things. And he can give me, like, all the strength that I need. He has all the strength in the universe. And that's where I get my strength from. The strength of Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's the thing, having faith, it can do amazing things. And in a sport like wrestling, where, it's a test of wills from the start of the whistle to the end of the whistle, you need someone or something strong to motivate you. And I've noticed there's so many Christian wrestlers, and I think that's because to be a wrestler, you really need a strength greater than your own. And so, yeah, that was my thoughts going into the tournament. I just thought, you know what? Like, I have the strength of the Lord on my side. And the God of Zaken is a very strong God. And so I'll be all right. And so, yeah, I didn't make my goal of going 2-2. I went 1-2. I won a college match, and it was my first match, so I'm happy about that. But I also was like, it wasn't my goal. But, I mean, it was my first tournament, so there we go. First college wrestling tournament in the books, and like I said, whether if I meet my goals or not, I still get the opportunity to come out here and wrestle, and I want to continue to wrestle, and I want to improve so I can keep that opportunity alive and keep building an amazing program that we're building over here at Treasure Valley in Ontario, Oregon. And yeah, goodbye guys. Thanks for watching my video. Zaken out. Oorah!